Hey cousins, in this video we're making neck bones and gravy on the stovetop. This is super easy. I'm going to show you all the steps, or most of the steps, and I'm going to try not to edit a lot out. So to get started, these are my neck bones. This is not all of them. I'm using frozen neck bones that I actually get from a store that used to be called Cash and Carry, but now it is I believe called the Chef Store. So you can get about 10 pounds for under $30, which in this day and time is pretty cheap because neck bones, pig feet, oxtails, everything's gone up, okay? It is not cheap like it used to be. I clean my neck bones using lemon, and I use a lemon like a little sponge, and I clean the surfaces and I peel away all of the membranes and all that stuff that should not be there. The next step, I do rinse my neck bones. I place them in a pot, and then I fill the pot up with water. I'm going to turn the heat up to a high, about to say medium, but we want it high. And then when you start seeing all of this stuff, you're going to scrape it out or scoop it out, but you're also going to actually just drain the whole pot because we want to do one boil before actually adding all the spices and all the other stuff. So we're pretty much in the same process. We're still cleaning the neck bones, okay? All right, so I've set that to the side, and I have my vegetable chopper slash cutter here. It's like a 15-in-1, y'all. You can get this from Rosamae and I'm going to thinly slice my onions. And the cool thing about this vegetable chopper is it has so many different attachments, and I'll be showing you different attachments and the use in different videos. So in my pot, I'm going to drizzle in some olive oil. You can use canola oil or corn oil, your favorite oil that has a high smoking point. I turned the heat up to medium high, and now I'm going to add all of my thinly sliced onion, and I'm using yellow onion. Once the onion is in there, we're just going to fry them up until they're nicely browned. And once they are, I'm going to start adding in my neck bones, okay? So we cleaned them, we did a first boil, we drained it. Now we're going to start adding in our seasoning salt. Of course, Rosamae seasoning salt because it is the best. I'm going to generously start sprinkling that on in. If you want the exact measurements for this recipe, you can get it from iHeartRecipes.com. You can print it out for free, okay? So the heat is still on medium high at this time. And I'm also going to sprinkle in some black pepper. The Rosamae seasoning salt already has pepper in it, but I want a little more pepper than usual. So once that's in there, I'm going to add in some regular old water. You don't need no broth for this because we season it to perfection. It's going to make its own broth. And now I'm going to scoop a couple of spoonfuls of the liquid out of there and set it to the side because we're going to make a gravy later, okay? So next, we're going to add in 1 envelope of French onion soup, okay? Or is it just French soup? Y'all know what I'm talking about. It will be listed on the ingredients, okay? So go ahead, mix that on in. Lots and lots of onion. It's like an onion gravy. And later on, I'm going to add mushrooms that I don't show on camera. But if you don't want mushrooms, you don't have to worry about adding it, okay? The onion, though, you need that for this gravy. So in here, I have some oil. Got it nice and hot. Then I added in some flour, just all-purpose flour. Got it browned just like that. It looks like ground beef, but I assure you it is just flour and oil. And remember, we scooped the liquid from the pot, set it to the side. We're going to pour that in there now. Okay, so whisk it, and then we're going to go back over to our pot that has the neck bones in there, y'all. And we're going to just add that in there, okay? Doesn't look appetizing right now, but I assure you this is going to make the best gravy ever, okay? So mix it on in. Make sure everything is well combined. And this is when I started adding my mushrooms as well. Again, if you're not a mushroom fan, you don't have to add it in, okay? So the heat is still on medium high. I'm going to add in just a little more water. And that's just a preference that I want to do to help thin it out a bit. But when you read the instructions, it's going to be a little different, okay? I want to write it out and make it more simple than what I actually did while cooking this. All right, so now I'm going to increase the heat to high. And once it is on high, we're going to let it boil, and we're going to let that gravy thicken. And I actually let it boil on high for, I would say, about 7 to 8 minutes, y'all, okay? So after that time, we will reduce the heat, turn it back to medium high. And then we're just going to let it cook, okay, for about 30 more minutes. Once that 30 minutes is up, the neck bones are going to be falling off the bones. Okay, y'all, look at this. Look at this. It is literally falling off the bones. You have this nice, thick, flavorful gravy full of nice, succulent, tender onions. Y'all, this is like, seriously, I want to swim in this gravy. It was so good. So, so good. So when I was done, I just served it with some white rice. And then I also had some greens and cornbread. And when I tell you this was so amazing, my family wants me to make it next weekend. And I might just have to do that. Don't forget to head over to iHeartRecipes.com for the exact measurements. And I will see you soon.